Hi guys, it's Adam at Fluffy Feather Farm, and this is Cluckingham Palace. Today, I'm going to take you on a tour of our automated chicken coop. But first, before I do that, make sure you subscribe below. Okay, come on in and follow me. Okay, so this is the inside of our chicken coop. It is so cool in here. Let me show you around and all the different features that we added to our chicken coop to make it easier for our boys to be able to package eggs and healthier for our chickens to live. So the first thing we wanted to do in building our chicken coop is to make sure it was easy for our boys to be able to clean and package eggs, because the chicken business is really their business, and they're in charge of selling all the eggs that are produced, packaging them, and making sure they're ready for sale. So that's why we put in this really cool farm sink. We wanted them to have something that was easy for them to maintain, easy to clean, and we wanted to have a sink right here inside of the chicken coop so that they didn't have to bring the eggs into the house, and it was much easier for them to manage and handle the packaging right here inside of the coop. Okay, so in addition to the sink here, we wanted to make sure that we had a comfortable environment for the boys to be able to package and store their eggs. So we installed an air conditioner that really is just for us. We like it to be air conditioned and it's more comfortable. Now, during the winter months, we decided that we needed a heater. So up top, we put in a gas heater because we wanted to make sure that the water in here didn't freeze. Obviously, like I said, we have water run to the chicken coop, but we also have an automatic water system inside the chicken coop, which requires us to be able to heat it. Now, the heat goes into this area of our chicken coop, which is our finished area. It's kind of the front end customer-facing area of our chicken coop. Now, we also figured out that we needed that heat to somehow go into the chicken coop because we needed to keep the water from the inside from freezing, which the inside of our coop isn't heated, but I'll show you how we did that. We took and we put in a temperature controlled fan up here that when the temperature inside of the chicken coop in a specific area gets below freezing, that fan kicks on and heats the area so that the water doesn't freeze. So there's two different ways that we sell eggs. One is unwashed, and the other one is washed. Well, as soon as we wash eggs, we have to refrigerate them. So we needed 2 refrigerators in here to be able to store the eggs before they go down to the farm stand for sale. We also wanted to make sure the boys had all the necessities they needed to package the eggs. So over here, we just have a simple shelving unit with all of the stuff on it that they need. So all their boxes and stickers and stamps, and then this is where we store all of our duck eggs after they're collected in the morning. So on the bottom here you can see these are duck eggs that are ready to be packaged right now. So the only other thing we have in here is obviously maintenance items, for them to be able to clean a trash can, a vacuum cleaner, and then the floor we put in is waterproof so that the boys have the ability to clean and mop in here easily and keep it nice and clean in case they have an accident or something spills. Okay, follow me inside and let's go check out the inside of the chicken coop. Okay, so before we go inside, let's check out their food bin. So come on over here. Over here, we have a door to their food hopper. So when you open this up, we have the ability to store about 300 to 400 pounds of food in here so that we only have to refill our chicken food about once a week. It's very helpful and really convenient. Okay, so now let's check out the inside. Okay, so this is the inside of our chicken coop. Come over here and let me show you where the hopper goes. So this is where all of the food is stored in this device. And then underneath here, all the chickens have access to get in here to get to their food. So if they stick their head in here, that's where all the chicken feed goes to. So another thing we put into our chicken coop is automatic water. So behind me, we have a little trough that we put in. It's an automatic water fill. We also noticed that the chickens are not exactly clean when they drink. They get water all over the place. So we installed a trough underneath our water to catch all of the spillage that happens while they're drinking, and then it drains to the outside. So just a tip, this is for a tankless water heater. So it is a catch basin for a tankless water heater, which really worked out well for exactly what we needed. Okay, so the other thing we did for all of our ladies is that we put in rollaway nesting boxes. So these are really, really cool, and I would definitely recommend looking into these. There's a number of different brands available, but what happens is that they lay on the other side, they go into the nesting boxes, but I'm gonna show you this side first. I'm sorry, did I scare you? I'm sorry, okay. Can I show them your eggs? So right in here is where we get all of our eggs from. So once the eggs are laid, they're laid on the other side, and then they roll this way into this catch basin, which is where we collect all the eggs from. So if you come around, I'll show you what the other side of the nesting boxes looks like. So the other side of our nesting boxes looks like this. So this is the entrance where all the chickens go in. They have purchase on the front of them, and then they have flaps in here to keep the area inside the nesting box darker. Sorry, didn't want to disturb you. Just doing a tour. Okay, so chickens lay eggs in an area that is dark. So you'll notice that our coop is lit really, really well, and that is intentional because we don't want our chickens laying eggs out in the open area. We want them laying in the area that is dark in our chicken coop, which is our nesting boxes. So our nesting boxes are the only section of our coop that don't have lights. So one of the biggest issues in any chicken coop is moisture. So we've tried to keep our chicken coop really, really, really dry. So we have a lot of different fans in our chicken coop, and we also use ag lime, dirt, and just a mixture of other organic materials to help keep the chicken coop as dry as possible. The biggest thing has been ventilation. So let me show you a little bit about the ventilation we installed and all the different areas where we've taken into consider how to get enough airflow through our chicken coop. So over here in our nesting box area, we have 2 exhaust fans that just kind of keep this area dry on its own. Let me show you our really big fans though. So the area behind me was our original chicken coop. Then we added on this huge, large section here. Okay, so this is our large addition to our chicken coop. So let's talk about ventilation in here. So on the front, we put in 4 big windows that all open from the outside. And then on the inside, we put on this hardware cloth that makes sure that there's no animals or predators that come in. The key thing we decided to do with this though is that the windows are flipped around so that they open from the outside so we don't have to come in here to open them, and the hardware cloth here is on the inside. So we have all the windows on the front of the coop. Behind us, we needed an area to pull the air through. So all the air comes in the front of our coop and then is exhausted out of the back side. So we have 2 giant 36-inch fans that go on when we have any moisture in here at all. So during the summer when it's really humid, or sometimes even during the winter on nice days, we turn the fans on, which draws all of the air through the chicken coop and helps keep it really, really dry. So another thing we've put in our chicken coop to make it more automated is doors. So we've used a couple of different types of automatic doors. My only recommendation is use them. All of them are different, all of them work different ways. We've been happy with some, we haven't been happy with others, but right now we have a number of different kinds on our coop. They all open at dawn and they close at dusk. So it makes it really easy for our chickens to get out in the morning, and it makes it easy to put them in at night because we go out and we just check to make sure everybody's in and the doors are already closed, which is really nice and convenient. The other thing that's great about having automatic doors is that they're virtually predator proof, so we haven't had any issues with predators in our chicken coop. So the other thing we've done to prevent predators from getting into our chicken coop is we have a concrete post and beam foundation around the addition we put on. So the original chicken coop was on a slab. The new chicken coop has basically a concrete outline around the whole thing that goes almost 2 feet in the ground and surrounds the entire coop. We found that this is really the most effective way to keep predators out of our coop and keep our chickens safe. Fencing is another concern with having our outside run area. So this is our outside run. We have currently a 6-foot tall fence around our entire outside run, which is obviously taller than I am. We originally started out with a 4-foot fence, which the chickens just flew right over. I would say on average about 95% of our chickens stay inside of our run. I think we all know, especially people that have chickens, that a 6-foot fence is not going to necessarily keep your chickens inside, but it keeps a majority of them inside, and that's really what we're concerned about. So a couple of them do fly over the top, but for the most part, most of our chickens remain in our run area, which is great. So you might be asking, what happens to the ones that do get out? Well, sometimes we got to catch them and put them back, but most of the time they come back because all the food is in here. By the way, have you subscribed yet to our channel? Now's a great time. Hit that subscribe button below. So a challenge that all chicken owners deal with is chickens eat everything. So what we have noticed, and what you probably have noticed, is that the chickens ate all the grass in our entire chicken run area. So Marissa, one of our farm hands, had a great idea, and that is to build chicken grazing beds. So let me show you how these work and what the concept is. Come on over here. So the idea behind these is that we plant all of the grass seed and all the chicken greens and everything that the chickens eat underneath them. So what we're gonna do is rototill the ground under these. We're gonna plant all of our grass seed and all of the things that we got for the chickens, and then these go on top. So as the items grow through the hardwire mesh, the chickens can eat it. However, they can't get down to the roots to actually dig the plant out of the ground. So in the future, we will have an update video on how this worked. So stay tuned, because we'll let you know if this was a giant success or a giant failure. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna work. So thanks for taking a tour of our automated chicken coop, and thanks for hanging out with us today and learning about what we do with our chickens and how we care for our chickens here at Fluffy Feather Farm. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe below to see other interesting, cool content just like this.